What are our procedures for compliance engagements? We talked about accepting them. We've talked about what do we need to consider? Well, what are we going to actually do? What the heck are we doing? Practitioner generally obtains an understanding of the design of specific controls by performing the following. Well, we're going to inquire of appropriate management and anyone in the entity. We're going to inspect the entity's documents, and we're going to observe the entity's activities and operations. Now, what are the nature and extent of procedures we're actually going to partake in? These are going to vary and are going to be influenced by factors such as the newness and complexity of the requirements, the knowledge of internal control over compliance, the nature of the requirements. It's really going to be super customized. And as we talked about, the agreed upon procedure engagement is generally going to be better because it's going to be more customized to whatever the client wants. And as such, you're going to want to understand the client, understand what actions, how much of each procedure is going to be appropriate here, an understanding of the industry, and then judgments about materiality. Now, when seeking to assess control risk below the maximum, the practitioner should perform tests of controls to obtain evidence to support the assessed level of control risk. Essentially, what we're saying here, control risk is the risk that internal controls will fail. And if we're concerned about that, well, let's say we don't test any internal controls. We could assess control risk. That would be us assessing it at the maximum. But let's just say we assess based on whatever we see that it's at 58% that internal controls will not catch anything. Now, it's not 100% because they do have some form of internal controls that will catch something, but we haven't tested anything. But we trust that 58% is the risk. Now, as we do more and more testing, we might be able to lower this because we actually test their processes and see that they're effective, and thus we can lower this, right? We can lower it because we actually witness the internal controls catching potential issues. Hey there! Are you ready to not only pass your CPA exams, but truly understand and enjoy the material while studying? I know it seems impossible, right? Especially to enjoy the material? We'll do it together. Tap into the power of CPA.examprep.ai, where we've got personalized quizzes, multiple choice questions, memorization guides, flashcards, simulations, all tailored to your learning. Our adaptive study planning puts you on the fastest path to success and lifts you back up if you fall behind. Avoid wasting your precious time and money attempting an exam with a low chance of passing, because who wants that? We want to get you through this process as quick as possible. Our exam readiness prediction lets you walk in with confidence, knowing that you're prepared for success on exam day. Thankfully, there's no payment method needed to get started, so why don't you come join us? Visit cpa.examprep.ai and let's achieve your exam success together.